Amerie, the sultry R&B singer known for her hits like One Thing and Why Don't We Fall in Love, was a prominent figure in the early 2000 music scene. Her unique voice and infectious rhythms captivated audiences and cemented her status as a rising star. However, despite her promising career, Amerie seemed to fade from the music industry, leaving fans wondering what had happened to the talented artist. But recently, Amerie has finally revealed the reasons behind her sudden departure from the music world in an interview. But what did she reveal? Let's find out. Early life. Amerie Rogers, known professionally as Amerie, was born on January 12, 1980, in Fitchburg, Massachusetts. She was born to a diverse and culturally rich family, with her mother, Mi Suk, being of Korean descent, and her father, Charles Rogers, being African American. Charles Rogers served as a chief warrant officer in the U.S. military, a role that brought significant mobility to the family's life. Shortly after Amerie was born, the Rogers family moved to South Korea, where they lived for 3 years. This early exposure to Korean culture left a lasting impression on Amerie. Following their time in South Korea, the family's life continued to be one of constant relocation due to her father's military career. They lived in various places, including Alaska, Texas, Virginia, and Germany. Amerie's family life was marked by a conservative and traditional Christian upbringing. Her parents were protective and maintained strict household rules. Amerie and her younger sister, Angela Rogers, were not allowed to leave the house or use the phone on school days, emphasizing the importance of education and discipline. Despite the strict upbringing, Amerie and Angela shared a close bond. Angela, who later became a lawyer, has been a supportive figure in Amerie's life and career. Amerie demonstrated a strong academic inclination, which led her to enroll at Georgetown University. There, she pursued a degree in literature, a field that reflects her deep appreciation for storytelling and the arts. In addition to her studies, Amerie joined the Navy ROTC program. This decision was driven by practical considerations, as she aimed to secure financial support for her education. However, she left the ROTC program after her sophomore year, ultimately graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in English and a minor in Fine Arts, with a focus on design. While studying at Georgetown University, Amerie's path toward a music career began unexpectedly. Among her social connections was a Washington, D.C. club promoter who recognized her potential and decided to introduce her to music producer Rich Harrison. Harrison, known for his work on Mary J. Blige's albums No More Drama, was an influential figure in the music industry. Amerie and Harrison's first meeting took place in an unconventional yet memorable setting, a McDonald's parking lot. Amerie later recounted in an interview with Maxim magazine that she chose this public location because she did not know Harrison personally and wanted to ensure her safety. During this initial encounter, Harrison played some of his tracks from his car stereo while Amerie sang along. Both instantly recognized that they had stumbled upon something special, a rare musical chemistry that would define their professional relationship. Harrison, impressed by Amerie's vocal abilities and unique style, decided to start recording and developing demos with her. This collaboration quickly bore fruit. Harrison's production talent, combined with Amerie's distinctive voice, created a sound that was fresh and appealing. Amerie acknowledged the unique connection she shared with Harrison. In a 2002 interview with Hip Online, she expressed her thoughts on their collaboration. For some reason, we had a very special chemistry. When we would work together, something great would happen. This synergy between the artist and the producer was a key factor in shaping her early career. The demos produced by Amerie and Harrison caught the attention of Columbia Records, leading to Amerie's first record deal. This was a significant milestone, marking her entry into the professional music industry. Music career. Amerie's journey into the music industry began with notable collaborations, including recording the chorus for Nas's 2001 single Rule. This collaboration with a well-established artist helped Amerie gain initial exposure and showcased her vocal talents to a broader audience. The success of the single set the stage for her debut in the music industry. In 2002, Amerie released her debut single, Why Don't We Fall in Love? The track, produced and co-written by Rich Harrison, quickly gained popularity, peaking at number 23 on the Billboard Hot 100. It also became a top 10 hit on both the Hot R&B/hip hop songs and Hot Dance Club Play charts, establishing Amerie as a rising star in the R&B genre. The single's success extended internationally, becoming an urban top 20 hit in Australia and reaching the top 40 in the UK. This widespread acclaim demonstrated Amerie's cross-market appeal and set a promising tone for her subsequent releases. Following the success of her debut single, Amerie released her first album, All I Have, in 2002. The album was produced and co-written entirely by Rich Harrison, cementing their collaborative synergy. All I Have Asked received generally positive reviews from music critics, who praised Amerie's vocal performance and Harrison's production. The album debuted at number 9 on the US Billboard 200, selling 89,000 copies in its first week. The strong debut performance underscored Amerie's potential as a significant new artist in the R&B and hip-hop landscape. The second and final single, All I Have Asked, was Talking to Me. While it did not achieve the same level of commercial success as Why Don't We Fall in Love, it still performed respectably, reaching the top 20 on the Hot R&B/hip hop songs chart. However, it peaked outside the top 40 on the Billboard Hot 100. Despite this, the single helped maintain Amerie's visibility in the music scene and continued to build her fan base. Amerie's early success with her debut single and album established her as a significant new voice in the early 2000 R&B scene. In 2003, Amerie's burgeoning career was met with significant recognition and accolades, solidifying her place in the music industry. She won the Soul Train Music Award for Best New Artist, a prestigious honor that highlighted her impact as an emerging artist. Amerie's talent was further recognized with a BET Award nomination for Best Female R&B Artist and an Image Award nomination for Outstanding New Artist. These nominations from two of the most prominent award shows, celebrating African American achievements in entertainment, reflected her growing influence and success within the R&B genre. In addition to her solo achievements, Amerie collaborated with several high-profile artists in 2003, further expanding her reach and versatility. She lent her vocals to LL Cool J's song Paradise, which became a significant hit, reaching number 14 on the Hot R&B/hip hop songs chart and becoming Amerie's second top 40 entry on the Billboard Hot 100. This collaboration with a legendary rapper like LL Cool J helped Amerie gain additional exposure and credibility in the industry. Amerie was also featured on DJ K-Slay's track Too Much For Me from his album The Street Sweeper Vol. The song peaked at number 53 on the Hot R&B/hip hop songs chart, showcasing Amerie's ability to blend seamlessly into different musical styles and genres. Her contribution to this album, known for its assembly of diverse hip-hop talents, further demonstrated her versatility as an artist. In 2004, Amerie expanded her career beyond music by taking on her first acting role in the film First Daughter, directed by Forest Whitaker. She starred alongside Katie Holmes in this romantic comedy, which centered on the daughter of the President of the United States who goes to college and tries to experience life as a normal student. Amerie's role in the film marked her entry into the acting world and showcased her versatility as an entertainer. This acting debut helped her gain additional recognition and introduced her to a broader audience beyond her music fanbase. In the same year, Amerie began working on her second studio album, Touch. Building on the success of her debut album, All I Have. She once again collaborated with her friend and producer Rich Harrison, who co-wrote and produced 7 new tracks for the album. Harrison's involvement ensured that the distinct chemistry and sound they had previously created would continue to define her music. While Rich Harrison remained a key contributor, Touch also featured production from several other prominent figures in the music industry, including Lil Jon, Bryce Wilson, Red Spider, and the production duo Dre and Vidal. This diversification in production brought a broader range of musical influences and styles to the album, allowing Amerie to explore new sounds and directions in her music. Unlike her debut album, Amerie took on a more active role in the creation of Touches, co-writing every track except for one, Come With Me, which was solely written by Harrison. This increased involvement in the songwriting process allowed her to infuse more of her personal experiences, thoughts, and artistic vision into the album. Amerie's hands-on approach extended beyond the music itself. She also took significant creative control over the visual aspects of the album, including the videos and artwork. She emphasized the importance of carrying her vision across all elements of the album, stating, "I feel like when you do a record, you have a vision in your mind, and you want to carry it across, and it doesn't end with the studio." One Thing, the lead single from Amerie's second album, Touch Asked, marked a significant milestone in her career. The dance, pop song, which sampled the Meters' 1970s funk recording Oh Calcutta, quickly became Amerie's biggest hit to date. Released in early 2005, One Thing was notable for its infectious go-go beat and Amerie's dynamic vocal performance. The song's unique sound distinguished it from other contemporary R&B tracks and contributed to its widespread appeal. In the United States, One Thing reached number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100, solidifying its status as a mainstream hit. It also topped the Hot R&B/hip hop songs chart, further establishing Amerie's presence in the R&B genre. The Recording Industry Association of America certified the single gold, recognizing its substantial sales and popularity. Internationally, One Thing also achieved significant success. In the United Kingdom, the song became a top 5 hit and one of the year's best-selling singles. Its popularity extended across continental Europe, where it attained top 10 and top 20 positions in several countries. This international acclaim highlighted the song's broad appeal and Amerie's ability to resonate with audiences worldwide. One Thing attracted immediate attention not only for its unique beat, but also for its adaptability. The track was remixed by several prominent rappers, including Eve, Fabulous, and Jay-Z. These remixes helped to further popularize the song and expand its reach within the hip-hop community. The distinctive go-go beat of One Thing became a defining feature of the song, but it also sparked controversy and discussions about musical similarities with other artists' work. Notably, songs released by major stars, such as Jennifer Lopez and Beyonce, around the same time began to feature a similar vibe. Fans and critics noted the striking resemblance between these new releases and Amerie's One Thing, leading to speculation about whether these artists had borrowed elements from Amerie's music. The plot thickened when it was revealed that Rich Harrison, the producer behind One Thing, also worked on these new songs. For instance, Harrison was the producer of Beyonce's Crazy in Love, which also featured a prominent, upbeat horn riff and a driving rhythm reminiscent of One Thing. This overlap in production styles led to further comparisons and fueled debates about originality and influence in the music industry. Rich Harrison's involvement with multiple high-profile artists was not unusual in the music industry, where successful producers often collaborate with various clients. However, the similarity between the songs produced by Harrison for different artists led to mixed reactions from fans and critics. Some fans felt that the new tracks by J-Lo and Beyonce were too close to Amerie's original work, raising questions about the originality of these subsequent hits. Amerie's fans were particularly vocal about what they perceived as the appropriation of her unique sound by more established stars, which they felt overshadowed her contributions to the music industry. Before the release of her hit single One Thing, Amerie faced significant challenges in getting her music recognized and supported by her record label. In 2004, as she worked on her second album, Touch, she turned to producer Rich Harrison, who had already proven his talent by helping her with her debut album, All I Have at Risk. Despite these promising beginnings, Amerie encountered resistance from her record label, Columbia Records. The creation of One Thing was a relatively swift process. Rich Harrison and his team managed to finish the track in only 2 to 3 hours. Both Amerie and Harrison felt confident about the song's potential. The track's infectious go-go beat and Amerie's dynamic vocal performance made it a standout, and they promptly sent it to Columbia Records for approval. However, the response from the label was far from enthusiastic. Columbia Records criticized the song, particularly the chorus, deeming it not big enough. This feedback led to a prolonged struggle to satisfy the label's demands. Amerie and Harrison returned to the studio, making multiple revisions to One Thing in an attempt to meet Columbia's expectations. Despite their efforts, each revised version continued to be rejected by the label. Amerie later reflected on this period, expressing frustration that people just weren't getting it. The continuous cycle of rejection spanned 6 months, during which time Amerie and Harrison were unable to gain the support they needed from the label. Frustrated by the lack of progress and convinced of the song's potential, Amerie and Harrison decided to take a bold step. They leaked One Thing to radio stations, bypassing the traditional release process controlled by the label. This move proved to be a turning point. Radio stations responded positively to the track, and it quickly gained traction on the airwaves. Despite Columbia Records' initial resistance, the song began to receive significant airplay, and it became clear that audiences were resonating with the song. The situation was further complicated by internal label politics. At the time, J-Lo was preparing to release her album, Rebirth*, and there were suspicions that Columbia was attempting to prioritize her project over Amerie's. This led to accusations that the label was deliberately trying to kill off One Thing to avoid overshadowing J-Lo's upcoming release. However, the strong response from radio stations and listeners made it impossible for Columbia to ignore the growing popularity of Amerie's single. Due to the overwhelming demand from radio stations and the song's popularity among listeners, Columbia Records was eventually compelled to give One Thing an official release. The song's infectious energy and distinctive go-go beat captured the attention of a wide audience, leading to its success on the charts. In the wake of One Thing's success, fans began drawing comparisons between the track and Beyoncé's 2003 hit Crazy in Love. Both songs shared a similar energetic vibe and featured production by Rich Harrison. Critics and fans noted the striking resemblance, fueling speculation about the influence of Amerie's earlier work on Beyoncé's music. In a 2004 interview with MTV, Beyoncé described what made her hit Crazy in Love successful. She emphasized the importance of the horn hook, explaining that it gave the song a unique go-go feel and an old-school feel. She admitted to initial uncertainty about how the audience would receive this distinctive sound. However, the song's success proved its wide appeal, and it became one of the defining tracks of the early 2000s. Many fans and critics noticed the similarities between Crazy in Love and Amerie's musical style, particularly her hit One Thing. They argued that the horn-heavy, upbeat production characteristic of Crazy in Love closely mirrored the signature sound that Amerie and producer Rich Harrison had cultivated. This led to speculation about whether Beyoncé's hit was influenced by Amerie's earlier work. The debate intensified among fans. While Beyoncé's dedicated fan base, known as the Bayhive, dismissed these claims as overreaching, others found it suspicious that Harrison, who had crafted Amerie's distinct sound, was later recruited by Beyoncé and her father, Matthew Knowles. This recruitment raised questions about the origins of the sound that became associated with Crazy in Love. Rich Harrison's statements about the creation of Crazy in Love added fuel to the controversy. Reflecting on the process, Harrison mentioned that he had the track in the chamber, implying that he had been waiting for the right artist to bring it to life. He explained that he had not shot much because he wanted to ensure that it was presented at the right time and to the right person, to avoid misinterpretation and ensure a positive reception. Some interpreted Harrison's remarks as an indication that the sound he developed for Crazy in Love was originally intended for Amerie, or at least heavily influenced by his work with her. This perspective suggested that Harrison's production style which defined Amerie's music, was repurposed for Beyoncé's use. The notion that Harrison was holding on to this particular sound until he received a call from Beyoncé reinforced the idea that Amerie's influence was significant in shaping Crazy in Love. Amerie has been vocal about her efforts to popularize the go-go sound, a regional subgenre of funk that originated in Washington, D.C. In an interview, she highlighted the unique challenges she faced in bringing this sound to a wider audience. "You don't hear go-go outside of D.C.," she remarked, underscoring how the genre was relatively unknown beyond its local roots. Her mission was to integrate this distinctive style into mainstream music, thereby introducing it to a broader audience. Amerie first experimented with go-go on her song Need You Tonight. From her debut album, All I Have, she explained that for this track, they slowed down the tempo significantly, making it more accessible to listeners unfamiliar with the genre. However, she felt that this approach did not fully capture the energetic essence of go-go as it was experienced on its home turf. Determined to stay true to the genre's roots, she decided to apply the go-go sound to an up-tempo track for her second album. Her single One Thing became the perfect vehicle for this experiment. "We have to do it in an up-tempo way because when you hear it on the radio in DC, it's fast," Amerie explained. By accelerating the tempo and emphasizing the genre's characteristic rhythms, she aimed to convey the authentic go-go experience to listeners nationwide. This approach paid off as One Thing became a major hit and introduced the energetic, percussive style of go-go to a broader audience. Amerie's third album. When Amerie was ready to release her third album, Because I Love It, in 2007, Columbia Records was undergoing significant internal issues. These issues caused a delay in the album's release, which had substantial repercussions for Amerie's career. Initially, Because I Love It, the risk was released overseas, but in the United States, only digital copies were made available. At the time, digital music sales had not yet reached the level of popularity and acceptance they have today, making this release strategy less effective. The lack of a physical release in the US severely hampered the album's performance. As digital copies were not as widely embraced by consumers in 2007, Because I Love It failed to make an impact on the Billboard charts. The album's commercial performance suffered, and it did not achieve the level of recognition that Amerie's previous works had garnered. Frustrated with the handling of her album, Amerie did not hold back in expressing her dissatisfaction with Columbia Records. In an interview with RWD, cited by That Grape Juice, she criticized the label for not providing adequate support for Because I Love It. Amerie felt that she had a clear vision for how to time the release of her singles and music videos to maintain momentum, but the label's lack of cooperation thwarted these plans. This lack of promotional support from Columbia Records played a crucial role in the album's underwhelming performance. By 2007, Amerie had grown increasingly fed up with Columbia Records. Her frustration with the label's inability to properly push her album led her to seek new opportunities. In June 2008, it was revealed by Contact Music that Amerie had signed a production deal with Island Def Jam Music Group. This new deal allowed her to release music under her label, Phoenix Rising. Under her new label, Amerie released her fourth album, In Love and War, in 2009. The album marked a fresh start for Amerie and demonstrated her resilience and determination to continue her music career despite previous setbacks. In Love and War, Risk received a better reception compared to Because I Love It, debuting at number 3 on Billboard's Top R and B/Hip Hop Albums chart. The album included notable tracks such as Why Are You and Heard 'Em All, the latter featuring Lil Wayne. While these songs garnered some attention, they were seen as moderate successes rather than breakout hits. Despite these challenges, the album showcased Amerie's growth as an artist and her ability to adapt and persist in a competitive industry. Personal life. Beyond her successful music career, Amerie's personal life has also drawn significant attention. In 2007, Amerie began dating Lenny Nicholson, a Sony music executive who also served as her manager. Their relationship blossomed over the years, and on February 27, 2010, it was officially announced that Amerie and Nicholson were engaged. The couple tied the knot on June 25, 2011, in a picturesque oceanfront ceremony in Anguilla. Following her marriage, Amerie adopted the name Amerie Nicholson, or Amerie Rogers Nicholson, reflecting her new life chapter. In 2018, Amerie and Nicholson welcomed their first child, a son, born on May 15th. The addition of their son marked a joyous milestone in Amerie's life, as she balanced her roles as a mother and an artist. In 2024, Amerie made headlines once again, this time for her conversion to Islam. She publicly celebrated Eid al-Fitr, a significant Islamic holiday marking the end of Ramadan. Fans and observers speculated that her advocacy for Palestine played a role in her decision to embrace the religion. Amerie's conversion highlighted her deepening connection to social and political issues and demonstrated her willingness to align her personal beliefs with her public persona. In addition to her musical endeavors, Amerie found success in the digital realm as a YouTuber. While many artists use their YouTube channels primarily to promote their music videos, Amerie took a different approach. She revamped her channel to cover a wide range of lifestyle topics, creating content that resonated with a broader audience. Her YouTube channel features a variety of content, including book reviews, makeup tutorials, and other lifestyle-related videos. This diversification allowed Amerie to connect with her fans on a more personal level, showcasing her interests and expertise beyond music. Her authentic and engaging content helped her build a loyal following, establishing her as a multifaceted influencer. Amerie's passion for literature and storytelling led her to become a New York Times best-selling author. Her foray into the literary world further demonstrated her versatility and talent. Through her books, Amerie shared her insights and experiences, captivating readers with her unique voice and perspective. Her success as an author complemented her YouTube channel's book review segment, as she provided thoughtful and insightful commentary on a wide range of literary works. This combination of digital content creation and authorship solidified Amerie's status as a respected figure in both the entertainment and literary communities. Outro. What do you think of J-Lo and Beyonce sampling Amerie's songs? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Did you like this video? Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more entertaining videos. And do not forget to explore our other videos for more interesting stories and insights.